stamping.
Never.
There.
We're starting the stream with Shane saying never.
Yep, we are stamping.
Never! Never will we be ready for stream.
Doo-ba-doo-doo. Clicking on the phone.
Yep, gotta let the peoples get in. All that happy jazz.
Oh, we is live, don't worry.
My phone will die at some point this stream without me jumping on YouTube, so...
Good.
Mine might, I don't know.
Good.
And I didn't grab my charger.
Boop.
It's somewhere downstairs.
Cough.
Hack.
We sneeze.
Dead.
So,
For the lazy people.
Shane,
Yeah.
there's some Motu next to you.
There's a lot of Motu next to you. Some my ass, Bill. There's a lot.
There's a little bit. Don't worry about it.
You got future chair He-Man. You got fucking 2 different He-Men with battle cats. One with shiny armor.
Fuck yeah.
You also didn't see the Luke Skywalker.
You got fucking...
That vac metal is so good.
You got fucking Man-at-Arms as future chair. But no Man-at-Arms.
I mean, we're slightly cramped, Jake, but... I feel like that's just because normally I'm normally sit where Nick is, and Nick normally sits kind of about where I am.
Well, I'll also say
it
that
is what it
currently
is.
right now,
I had the shimmy
there are a
shit.
couple of boxes, and I haven't. I still got to get some stuff
Oh, there we go.
opened and built, like a literal entire tower of Gunpla that has
Yep.
yet to be built. And Gunpla takes
a
up
minute.
room. It takes up more room in the box than it does once it's built.
I gotta ask you a question here, Bill.
Yep.
When are we building that fucking new Gundam so that way we can just get it over with and shoot ourselves afterwards?
Well, after that tower,
Which tower?
that
What
tower,
Oh.
it's a big old
Ass.
tower of stuff. Like 30-something guys to build.
Fucking damn it. We need to stop adding to that.
Yes.
We have too many to build.
You don't have enough room.
So Shane,
There's plenty of room to build new dudes.
it's true, Shane. There's that
Yeah.
entire shelf that's waiting for new dudes.
Yeah.
Then again, that's the newest one I helped you out with was that guy.
So today,
We have no game plan because we suck at life. And by we, everyone but Bill, because Bill sat there going, we still haven't discussed it.
It's true.
I blame Seth, honestly, though.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I've been super busy all week. Like,
and to tell you, yes,
Sleeping.
I do have a goof, and I have the goof custom, and I have the goof custom crimson.
no, I was gonna say not so much sleeping and eating, more not being able to sleep, and then streaming from like 6 o'clock last night until like fucking whenever it died.
I'm not sure
Which is
what
like
you think
1
you're
a.m.
hearing, but there's no way you're hearing crickets in the background. That is not a thing. Maybe you heard some birds. The window is open, but there's no way you heard crickets.
Yeah. Maybe he's hearing crickets in his head.
I can't make cricket noises. That
I
is one
used
of
to
the
be
few
able to.
sounds that I cannot do.
I don't know if I still can or not. I used to be able to do it.
I would do it just to fuck with people.
So today we are looking at
Yeah,
this.
I can't do it no more.
Just a bunch of folders, Shane.
Do
There's
that
a
one.
couple of folders here.
Do that one.
Okay,
I
do
mean,
that
I
one.
think the
Look at that. Here's the 1996, Shane. It's an Ultraman. You've probably already done it. I don't know.
I don't remember.
yeah, I don't know because
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Have you done this? Have you looked at this guy?
No,
Yes.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say yes,
Yeah.
I
Shane.
don't remember that.
They
dude.
say they've seen this guy.
You don't remember? You weren't there. You had to bug out, remember?
Could be why I don't remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Seth, that was the me and Seth episode. So
Yeah.
that was Discord.
So then this guy's done. 1996 is done.
Believe
Dinah's
so,
done.
yeah.
Gaia's
Hold on.
done.
No, okay, that guy's. You're okay. So we've done this guy. You
Uh,
say Gaia's done.
pretty sure.
Let's see. Jake Schuster says yes. We have looked at that guy.
Yep.
Because my folders are
we've done this
independent.
one.
My folders are independent of yours, so we needed to clean these up anyway.
Yep. So that guy's done. Did we do Ultraman Nice? I don't remember.
Yeah, did you look at something nice?
I think we may have. I don't think it was very
Yes,
nice.
we did this one.
Yes, we did.
Because I said
we
his
made fun
lab
of the
coat was
goofy.
awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you did. I thought he was goofy looking.
Dr. E.G.
Okay, that dude's gone. And we looked at this. Ultraman Neos.
Maybe. I
Possibly.
gotta
Let's
look
jump
at
in
it.
Have a pilot film in 1995.
We don't give a fuck about the
Yeah.
pilot
Ultimate
film.
Neos.
I
Okay.
believe we did. Well, hold on.
It looks familiar.
I don't know. Flip through the pictures.
But then again, all the
I was
Ultramen
about to
kind of
say.
look familiar.
I was about
Yeah,
to say,
all the Ultramen
all
look about the
Ultramen
fucking
look
same.
the fucking same.
That was the reason why you were like, holy shit, he's got a coat. It's different.
I'm fucking gray and red. No fucking way. The
I'm
other
gray
nine
and red
guys,
too.
The other 9 guys were fucking gray and red. I love.
But that one was a chick, and this dude had fucking weird bison hair.
Hey, that guy was blue and gray. And then that other guy was blue, red, and gray.
I think he's gonna.
Is he gonna miss?
I think he's gonna miss his
I think he's
rider
gonna
kick.
miss.
He's not good.
It's not a rider kick.
That's an ultra kick.
Yeah.
It's the ultra slip kick.
Well, he's gonna slip and miss because I
And
think
that's why it's the
Yeah.
slip kick. It's the warning shot before the death laser arm.
To be fair, Ultramen do not finish you with the kick. Normally, they fucking bougie laser sword beams out of their arms.
Okay, look at those
Fucking
guys.
look at that
right there.
guy.
Yeah, check him out. He's got a fucking mohawk and shit.
Fucking slap some flames
Yeah,
and a mohawk
to
on
keep
him.
with tradition. He is red and gray.
Oh fuck, he is.
But he's mostly red.
There you go. Look at that. They're friends.
I like that other guy's helmet better than this guy, so he's not sitting too well.
They're YI auditing each other.
Okay. Oh,
What the fuck?
What
Dude,
the
get off the bridge! People are driving there, sir!
Somebody now, because your ass had to sit there, somebody's gonna have to come out here and fix that fucking gate. They're gonna close the. You're gonna fuck up traffic. They're gonna close this down to one lane.
Yep.
So a bunch of dudes can work on this fucking gate that your fat ass sat on. So while everybody's fucking late to work and shit, that's your fault.
Are you fucking pouting?
What a dick.
I think you're pouting.
He is.
Look,
Yeah.
Look.
He's brooding and pouting, and while he does that, he causes problems
man
for
just
every
lost points.
fucking person
Yeah.
going to work tomorrow morning.
And to make matters
Because guess
worse,
what? That's the only way to get to my fucking area to go locate. Now I got an emergency and I'm 500 fucking cars deep in traffic while a house is trying to explode. Thanks, dickhead!
Shane, tomorrow you have to go to work, and you're driving, and you're like, what the fuck is going on with this traffic? And they're like, fucking arrive. Some fucking
Ultraman
Ultraman
sat down on the bridge.
He sat on the fucking bridge.
Being a bitch.
Also, I don't think that the bridge, I can't guarantee this, but I have a feeling the bridge was not meant to hold him.
So they're gonna have to close the whole bridge down in a week.
While they
that
go
way they
in
can
and
rip
inspect
out
it.
it and fucking put new bridge in.
Because they may have to inspect the actual foundation of the bridge now, because his fat ass had to go pout on it. Superhero!
well, I mean, considering the earthquakes
I've never
and
been in
tsunamis that Japan gets, it might be rated for his fat ass.
Nope.
Right.
But
No.
my major concern is I keep watching, like, fucking car crash videos on, like, YouTube and shit.
Fucking
And that
Ultra
man is-
Beam.
Oh shit,
He's
dude.
about to fuck everything up.
He does the Wonder Woman blast.
Yep.
A lot of them do.
I know they do. That's the reason why when I very first saw Wonder Woman do that, I was like, oh, really? You're doing this?
Yep.
You fucking beam battle. Woo.
This beam battle sucks.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
it does.
seen much better beam battles in my lifetime.
Okay, go to the next one. This is just sad.
They need
I
to
watched
bring-
Master Roshi shoot an inanimate object, and it was way cooler than that.
Yeah.
What, the mountain or the moon?
Both.
Are we
Both.
are we protesting the man holding the building up? Or are we
Yes.
Yes,
cheering
because
him
he
on?
sat on the fucking bridge, Bill.
I mean, that's
He
fair.
created a fucking traffic jam.
That's
Get
fair.
the fuck out. Go back to your home planet.
that one little kid up front's like, no, Ultraman, keep holding the fucking building. Fuck
So-
these people.
I'm not a structural engineer. I know that surprises you, but I don't think he
That
can,
building's due.
I don't think
Yeah.
he can fix that now.
No.
I think it's done.
I
Yeah.
think that building is roach.
You can't just push it back into position.
When
and he
there's a
can't
giant
hold-
gash
He
in the
can't
side.
hold it
Yeah.
there forever.
I mean, he could.
And the structure of it is
I don't
now-
know. I always see people in Italy holding up this weird fucking like tower thing.
Look, they're not holding it, Seth.
That's the equivalent of what he's fucking doing.
Not really. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is not falling. That building is.
Yeah, that's done. That
Building
look at
is
the
no
bottom.
longer a
Look
building.
at the bottom. I just noticed that the bottom is literally missing this
Yeah.
giant holes. It's like been an explosion or some shit.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
fuck I was saying.
It's done.
That building is no more.
I know you're trying to save people, but maybe just kind of let the
No.
building down slowly,
Yeah, on these
because
people
it's
they're haters.
done now. You can't save it.
They're like, get out. We don't like you. Blah blah blah. And he's like, okay.
No.
Drop the building on him.
Just fucking pushes it towards them.
They're like, what are you doing? You're like, you told me to drop it.
So,
Oh man, is that how fucking,
Fucking
goofy
rock
I look?
band.
we doing a fucking music video? Is that what the fuck?
Yeah,
Apparently.
I think it is.
Is
Fucking-
is this the part of the show where they have to have a music number?
So, I don't really know too much about Ultraman. I have one season, like one full complete series downstairs. One.
I like how nobody sees him though.
And, no, this guy sees him. He's
Yeah.
walking over there like, what the fuck?
He's walking over there and be like, Ultraman, we're writing your song. Now go the fuck
But you
away.
gotta understand that when you're a moody fucking early 2000s punk band, emo kid band, you gotta get really in it, right? And you're all sad and shit.
Well, he's
and-
looking at Ultraman. He's like, I feel you too, brother.
Yeah,
I understand that despair.
yeah, exactly. That
World
was the
is broken and there's nothing I can do
hey, man,
about
Hey
it.
man, life is pain.
Ugh.
fucking somebody says crying in my skin.
Fucking. So this
Oh,
reminds
fuck.
me, this one moment reminds me of the greatest Star Trek meme I've ever seen.
What's that?
It's broken up into 4 things,
All right.
and the first
God
one
damn it,
is
Jake. I
the first
wasn't
one
trying to
is-
remember that shit.
It's a picture of it was like a picture of Chief O'Brien and DS9. He's all like sad and moody and shit, and it says emos. The world is broken and there's nothing I can do about it. And I can't remember who was the next one, but it was like goths. The world is broken, but there is beauty in it. And then that fucking Bajorn lady from DS9.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name because I didn't give a fuck about the series.
Are you talking about the commander?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kira.
Yeah, so it's got a picture of her and it says punks and it says the world is broken and I'm gonna fight for it or fight to fix it. And then it's got a picture of Q in his mariachi outfit and playing his fucking trumpet. It says ska. The world is broken, but I have a fucking trumpet.
Yep.
And it's my favorite one ever because it's got mariachi Q.
So Shane, we've reached the end of the images, and it's time to rate
This
Sad Rider.
this guy's a 1.
Bye, chat.
1 Ultraman. That's it. It was to the point where I went on a whole tangent for a Star Trek meme at the end of this. This man gets a 1. Stop breaking my bridges, asshole.
3, he's a rider. Sorry, he's an ultra
He's an Ultraman.
man.
See, you can't
He's a
even get it
man.
right. That should knock another point off.
He's a man.
He saw him do a kick and it reminded him and
And he failed at
God
it. So
damn it.
I mean that's a point deduction.
And of
Maybe-
course, because I was watching Review Tech USA stream, now he's a man.
But he's not tickled.
No.
Not the tickled man. Shane, what are you giving him?
well,
Neos was a man.
I'll just give him a 3.
Wait.
I mean,
There's nothing.
He was
he
an
was an
Ultraman.
man.
I'll just give it a 3.
Maybe
I
he
mean-
was just an ultra, but he was still.
What did you give him? 3? Okay.
No, that just doesn't.
Fucking 2.5.
Okay.
So we divide by the 4. He's a 2.375. Moving on.
Okay, he's the best. He's done. Ultra
Rainbow Sherbert.
721. He appears as Little Girl once.
Yeah, that's
What the hell?
I will send you to Jesus.
Oh, fuck your eyes, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Your
now that
eye.
I can see that he has these tiny weird pupils.
Where he's cross-eyed as a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah.
I am Ultraman.
There's a lot of the Ultramen who are like that, where they got these fucking tiny-ass pupils that literally make them look fucking cockeyed as a motherfucker.
gosh.
All I can think,
Speaking of which,
all I can think about is when I see him is I see.
see the bulge?
No,
That's all you see?
No, when I see his eyes, all I can think about is Christopher Lloyd's character in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
God,
just
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
These little. I know. I'm not. You're not supposed to notice them. You're supposed to be into the story and into the fantasy, and he's supposed to be moving, and it's supposed to be harder to spot. But
But we're a beauty show.
the fact
so
that
he's not
he's
beauty.
literally trying to peek through these two little eye holes while he's trying to be a cool guy in a show.
Well, of course he's got to peek through those two little fucking eye holes. He's literally got fucking car headlights for fucking eyeballs.
No, I know. That's exactly what I
Like-
mean. Is now all I can do is think about the poor guy in the suit that's like, they're like, okay, so you're going to walk over there, turn, look really moody and shit, and he's like tripping over things, and he's like, can we not put the fucking cars here?
Oh, Nick already dropped a 0.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Goose egg this
He's
motherfucker.
got
Yeah.
googly eyes. Oh, yeah, look at him.
Oh, look, he's got a detachable mohawk.
Yep.
So he
Who
takes
fucking cares? Your eyes are too distracting.
Is that what he does? Is he takes his hair off? and
Yes, he
uses it?
takes off his mohawk and he can throw it at you.
Okay, so he throws his mohawk at you.
It's a
Shane.
Mohawk boomerang.
Yeah, just like the cutter ability in Kirby.
It's a
Mo-
a hawkerang.
Hawkerang, yep.
A mowerang?
Is he fighting a man in his underwear? Or a towel?
Looks kind of like a towel.
I guess you're a badass. You did tie up a toweled man
Cool, man.
Look,
cool, man.
in the
You tied
middle
up
of
a,
look.
the forest.
You tied up. You tied
just
up.
like with Boogie.
I need an adult.
No, look, just like with Boogie when him and Wings were having their boxing match, sometimes we don't need to see anything more than what we're already witnessing.
Sometimes
So let's make
you
sure
don't
that the
ask
pants...
questions about what happens in the woods.
Okay, fucking forearm beam. It's good. Ultra guys have forearm beams. Shane.
Some of them have 6-arm beams though.
Okay.
He's a 0. Those eyes. Those eyes,
There's
man.
nothing fucking different.
Yeah, there is. The fucking eyes, Shane. They're too fucking distracting.
Yep.
It's not enough difference.
It is for me.
All I see is Ultraman.
All I see is those fucking googly eyes.
Shane, I have a question for
And
you.
they're not even cool googly eyes.
If a man gets tied up in the woods, does that make this guy good enough for a 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's a 2. So we divide by 4. He's a 2.
Person says, I tabbed out for like 5 seconds. I came back to some naked guy.
Yep. Welcome to hell.
Yep.
Fucking. Here it is.
That's why you need multi-monitor display, kids.
Okay,
There, that
that's-
one's done.
That guy's done. So we've done an Ultraman. We're moving down the list. We can't go back to Ultraman until we moved a little. Let's look at Casher and Sin.
Fuck yeah,
Cool.
we've been needing to do this for ages.
Casher and Sin here
It's dope as fuck.
is
Yep.
pretty fucking cool.
Oh, shit.
It's mean Mega Man.
Yep.
Yeah, it reminds me of a
Mega Man?
white armored Zero Mega Man. Like if Zero and X were to do the fusion dance
Yeah.
and get the white armor.
It's Mega
but a
Man
far,
ZX.
But a far more aggressive 0.
Yeah, it's Mega Man ZX.
Because that's pretty aggressive.
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
it's so cool. That anime is
Awesome.
Mm-mm.
Well, okay.
In the terms of
The
it
action
looks
is
nice.
awesome.
It looks really awesome. But you're gonna have to pay a lot of attention and be ready for some story.
Yeah, fuck
Yep.
that story. We
'Cause
we skip forward to the fight scene.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Like how it's a very slow moving. You wouldn't think so, but it's like a very slow moving anime with a bunch
They're
of.
building the world. Okay,
Yeah.
they gotta tell a slow
All
story.
right, look, I'm used to slow story. I love Macross, all right?
Dude, that's so cool. He appears in that Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, doesn't he?
I think so.
I believe so. I haven't. I
want to say he's in it.
I never bought it. So.
I know the White Swan guy is in it. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
from
The Gotcha
G-Force?
Man? Yeah, G-Force.
yeah, or
Or
Gotcha
Battle of the Worlds, or whatever they want to call
That's-
it.
Look, when I watched it, I remember it being called G-Force.
Gotchaman. Yeah, that's so cool.
Those eyes are fucking dope.
And I have spiky hair.
That lankiness, though, also actually helps him because it's really off-putting.
And you can also tell that it is off-putting because when he comes running at you, because he's really fucking fast, because you can see how agile he is.
Yep.
See, he has spiky hair, but he doesn't have Akira Toriyama level of spiky. Like, that's flowy spiky.
But everybody knows that.
That's not like, I could pick you up and impale you on the enemy spiky.
I like how
And
the
I
anime
like that.
the anime makes it look like that's really cool, but in reality, you know what that is?
a nightmare.
He has extreme helmet hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a real person takes it off and his hair is just all fucked up because he's been wearing this helmet for like weeks.
And then they're like, "Hey man, why don't you comb your hair?" He's like, "Oh no, this is permanent."
No, I'm just gonna. Yeah, this is
I
what
was
it
like,
is now.
dude, I used an industrial straightener on this bitch. Not a hair straightener. I mean, I literally went to a fucking auto shop and had them try to press the hair.
Guy, I wore my helmet.
Shit.
And it popped right back.
Guy, I wore my helmet for a week straight. When I took it off, hair was like this.
Never been the same since.
That's so
What I
cool.
get for putting my hair in my wet hair in a helmet, man.
But I was in a rush.
I was in a rush, man. I had to grab a quick shower. Fucking got the emergency call. Had to get out.
Dude.
He looks so
The
menacing.
costume is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
And
I like
I
the
double
super-
checked, and yes, he is in that game.
That super popped
Look at
collar
that,
is
man.
awesome.
That right there, that's a statue for your shelf, Shane.
The white with the black stripes is awesome.
You could put that on your shelf, and people would go, "What is that?" And you'd say, "Cool." And it
I
would
mean-
need no further explanation.
They'd
Even,
be like, is he cool, man? Is that why he has a C on his chest?
even if you
All right.
if you didn't know what it was, it'd still look cool on your shelf.
I'm gonna pose something since we did say this is kind of like Mega Man, 0 and X all together. I pose to you the emblem on his helmet. He actually went back, killed Quickman again, and ripped that bitch off of his helmet. Said that's mine now, and put it on his. Because that's the Quickman helmet part right there. Oh Jesus Christ! Damn it, Bill!
What is your guys' score?
Fucking this dude gets a 4.5.
Acceptable score.
So cool. Okay, that's him.
4.5, motherfucker.
All right,
what
Shane.
you giving him?
Rate him.
4.5.
Yeah.
He's zooming in on the bulge. Statue bulge.
Not
How much you got, Bill?
He ain't got much going on.
Yeah, so 2.5 now.
That's, all right, no. That's just how many inches he has, but that's fine.
No.
Oh boy. Maybe
He's a
that's-
grower,
maybe-
not a shower.
Maybe that's why he's so angry all the time.
No, he's a grower, not a shower.
That's fucking ridiculous. Dude, he is awesome. He really is. I got 4. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll agree with the 4. So we've 4.25. Just so it's in the calculator.
The thing is,
He's winning.
he
Yeah.
looks very impressive. A lot of people, I think, don't see that show coming, in all honesty, because once you start watching it, it can die on you real fast if you're thinking he looks cool, and then the only thing you ever saw was clips of the action, and then
Right.
you don't get into like, because it's a straight up fucking melodrama. He's all sad and wandering a wasteland, and there's like some humans that are basically the only ones left alive, and it's his
Fucking
fault.
trying not to
and-
die out.
And they're fucking sad, and then there's like a robot swan, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
And they're
And then
like,
he's like, fuck, I gotta go save the last of the humans that I fucking doomed.
he just like the show opens up and he's like, life is pain. You're like, oh, it's this kind of anime.
It's like, oh, suddenly it makes
It's
sense.
this kind of anime. No shit.
Cool. So how many episodes do I have this dude fucking crying?
All of them. But he does cool shit during them.
While he's crying, he fucking murders.
Well, Shane, we are on the Netflix Daredevil.
Oh, look at that.
And Shane's like, oh, hey.
This was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so we'll have two things to talk about here, because we'll have to talk about this.
Well,
Yep.
that's the season 1.
Yep. Well, see, this is very much based on Man Without Fear,
Right.
Yep.
which I have that. I have that entire comic run actually, and then I want to say it was Frank Miller if I remember right, and then from there, at the very end, he gets the costume, which is kind of like the red costume. It's
Yep.
more modernized and everything. It's kind of a take. It's kind of bizarre, but it's kind of like the 90s costume, because the 90s costume was very armored
Yep.
and like edgy. But they take that armored idea, make it practical for the real world, and then model it off the red suit, and it works really well.
We have done Deadpool before, but not this costume for Deadpool.
Daredevil.
Yeah,
Or not Deadpool,
Yeah, we've
Daredevil.
done, we've
Fuck,
done
dude,
Daredevil
man,
a couple of times.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
still waking up.
I'm just trying not to fall the fuck asleep.
Wake up. Grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
Yeah, that was, dude. I love this
Why
fucking
did
series.
you leave the keys upon you want to? Anyway.
All right, so first we got to talk about that.
So you look at that, and that's your most basic. That's just like combat.
That's
Pants.
guy in stealth combat gear with blindfold bandana.
Okay, look, I hate to do this, but on our show, the way that it works, that's dude in clothes, which technically means it's only a 2.
Yep.
However,
I'm still leaving him at it.
because this is shit that actually happened in the fucking comics, like, fucking Spider-Man literally ran the fuck around as a dude in, like, some clothes before going, oh, fuck, I should probably make, like, a real suit,
Hell, there was
shouldn't
one
I?
time where
'Cause,
he had a
like,
paper bag over his head.
Well, he
That's
was
for a
also
man.
yeah,
naked.
but that was different.
The paper bag was at the end of the whole Venom series thing.
Yeah.
When he got the black suit and then they started altering what the black suit was for the comics.
Yep.
He had a moment where he had to get the suit off, and he went and got help to remove the suit. When he got rid of the suit, Johnny gave him a spare Fantastic Four costume so that he could go home. But of course, he didn't have a mask, and he didn't want anybody to know who he was, so he wore the paper bag on his head.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what that was. That was
Yep,
that's what all
that's
that
where
was.
Bagman came from.
So to be honest, he still had to swing through New York looking like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
at least he wasn't swinging through New York with a paper bag and fucking boxers on.
It's true.
No,
Because
but-
that's what he was going to have to do until Johnny's like,
But
here's
in the
clothes.
Spider-Man game, he actually has a costume where he's wearing his boxers and just the Spider-Man mask.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So, where are you going?
Because again, this is all shit that any normal person can get.
Yeah.
But like I said, because this is accurate to the comic book, which does add quite a bit of points, and the fact of he actually thought everything through. Like the gloves have fucking lead shot in them, like, you know, fucking Batman's gloves, to make sure that when he hits a motherfucker, it knocks him out. The fact that a lot of it is actual, like, tactical shit that you could get from any fucking army surplus store to make sure if something does happen where the cops show up, they can't trace it back to him. He was actually thinking a little bit more ahead than the average jackass. Just, I'm going to go to Walmart, buy me some clothes, and go run around be a superhero. So for
Hey.
that...
Kick-Ass went to Amazon.
Yeah, but that's kick-ass. Yeah, anyway.
Fucking wetsuit.
Right.
Only because the last time I was able to hang out with you and Michelle.
So I'm going to
We
give this
watched
one
that.
a 4.
3.
I see.
So right now we're at an even 3, Bill.
Ow, I said 4.
2, 4, 3.
Oh, I didn't hear the 2.
Yeah,
I'll go 3.5 because yes, it is just a dude in clothes.
I'll go 3.5. Damn it,
But
Bill!
a lot of what you were saying is true. There is thought put into it, and I do like the way that it looks in general. And if that guy fucking walked up on you,
Right.
yeah, he is just a dude in clothes, but he's extended past the concept of schoolboy in schoolboy outfit.
Yep.
You know, that we see with like, you know, fucking Sentai shit, and he's exceeded past the idea of doctor in fucking coat.
Yep.
And shit like that. Yes, they are just clothes.
Hey, I might be doctor in a coat, but I'm the doctor in a coat that will end you.
But if you walked up on that guy, you'd think twice about whatever the fuck that guy was.
I don't know. He walked up on a bunch of guys in a hallway, and they still thought they could take him.
Yeah,
Well,
they did. They were like, yeah, really?
Remember-
Fucking Mr.
remember-
Good Samaritan? And he said...
Remember, the devil of Hell's Kitchen hasn't been born quite yet.
Yep, exactly. But 3.125 is what he's sitting at for this one.
Which then takes us to this,
Now, that
what we
is-
saw at the end
Of season 1.
of season 1.
Because he needed something stronger.
Yep.
He was going up against the Kingpin.
Yep.
And what better than fucking red leather?
Because still at nighttime, that's still hard to see because it's still a dark
Oh, yeah.
red.
Yep.
So he went from black, which is when you're trying to sneak around at night, it's a perfect color.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Really?
You want like
Navy.
a very deep navy blue.
Yep.
That's a misconception. Everyone thinks ninjas all wore black. No, black actually stands out at night.
He's an exception. He's blind. So
Well, that's why he's in the dark red.
Yeah. But
Which
even
makes
then,
sense.
dark red kind of works the same as
mhm.
blue in its sense.
But now he wears yellow.
Yep.
That's
But
just because he's a dick.
Well, no, it's because he went to a fucking, like, bougie upscale designer to get his new suit made.
No, I like my response better. It's because he's a dick and he wants people to know he's coming now.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
People know
we're
that.
out. Sorry, man.
People know about Daredevil now.
Yep. And that's why he's like, "Fuck it, make it yellow."
But yeah, man, when he showed up in this, you know, I know that Fisk is strong, but I'm sitting there thinking, listen here, man, I think you're about to get your ass beat. Like, you're gonna put up a fight. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna get your licks in. But I actually think now that you fought him. You fought him before when he was wearing the black, and you easily beat him. But now he's here in.
No, I'm geared up, motherfucker.
I
went on a couple side quests.
I did. I came to you. I came to you with only 3 hearts. This time I have 20.
It's time to die.
Doop.
I like this costume. I'll give it a 4 also.
4 sounds good.
Well, shit. Because I'm giving him 4.8. Because I love that suit. So, 4.2.
Okay.
All right, now we've done that one. Got to do the second one. Season 2, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
There's him in the comic.
Yep.
Well, and then there is.
Now, season 2 isn't way too different. There's slight modifications to the overall suit, but it was pretty
Almost
close
looks
to what we
brown
saw.
there. Like in that
That's
lighting.
just a light shade.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it looks a little bit armored in spots.
Oh my God! The devil's in the church.
That's 'cause
the
it
devil's
is.
in the church.
As you
The
watch,
devil's a fallen angel. He go where he wants.
as you watch through that one, I believe season 2 takes
Yeah,
place. Right. But yeah, if memory serves, I believe season 2 takes place after they did the Defenders.
Yeah.
That dude,
Wait.
that dude thinks he's about to drop
No.
kick him. He's
Season
about
2
to get
takes place,
fucking
and then
surprise
Oh,
punched in
then
the nuts.
Defenders. Okay.
because season 3 opens up and he's all messed up
That's right.
because the building fell on him.
Right. But yeah, because I know fucking something had ended up
Season
happening.
2 is when the Punisher comes in.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, so they wouldn't have been able to do it.
Nope.
Until, yeah. You're right.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I watched it.
I watched it like last year just because I wanted to watch it before it left Netflix.
I wonder how many people actually realize.
Which is funny, 'cause
Daredevil's
now it's on
blind.
Disney
Disney,
Plus,
yeah.
which I watched it on Disney. So.
Right.
I like this series. The suit's good.
The suit is fantastic.
I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
I know he only modified it slightly, but
Mhm.
modifications they're not over. He didn't go.
He didn't go fucking overboard and give himself fucking
But now he can.
foam packs.
But now he can handle a knife,
Mm-hmm.
because that black shirt could not.
Yeah.
He got cut a few times, and that shirt didn't save him.
Right.
Now he can actually take a stab. Maybe even. I know he can take a slice. A stab. I think that's Kevlar.
There might be some Kevlar weave
Well,
under
I
that.
can't-
Well, to
I
be
don't-
fair,
I-
the
there's-
problem with Kevlar is Kevlar's designed where
It stops ballistic.
stops bullets.
Yeah.
You still have to have like a stab plate underneath
And I
in order
think-
to make sure.
But
knives.
remember,
Yeah,
because
but
of his
this
fighting
is-
style, he can't be
I
weighed
don't
down.
know. I don't know what's going
Right.
on here, but you'd have to watch that again. This is not simple Kevlar and everything else, because the guy that he went to
That guy-
was like a special builder that was building things that are not normal.
He made
Right.
he made the thing that
He
the
went
Kingpin
to
wears under his suit.
Yeah.
he went to Marvel version of Lucius Fox.
No, but
No.
because the guy that's making it literally was making things for the Kingpin, and is very much like when you watch John Wick, and he just has this invincible suit.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
he was
because he
making.
went to the tailor.
That's what
Yeah.
he was making for the Kingpin, was basically invincible suits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking
So this is near pseudo material, whatever it is.
Oh, actually, the hacksmith actually made John Wick's suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took them a lot to make that suit, but it does stop 9mm rounds, and I think it was 7.62s.
Listen, you've got to be.
John's suit stopped him from falling an entire story onto a concrete floor.
It's not
a
that
pseudo
ridiculous.
super suit.
Yeah.
His back should be broken. They play a lot of realism in the John Wick movies, and then they threw him from the top of the dance party
Yep.
To the bottom of the dance
and that's
party.
the most of everything in the whole movie. That's the most reality breaking part of the whole film, and that's insane when I'm talking about the first John Wick movie, and that's
Yeah,
the
I was about
hardest
to say that's only the first movie. I believe it's the third movie they throw the motherfucker off a building.
That's
I don't
what
know.
I'm-
I've only
yeah.
seen the
Like
first one.
like literally they throw him off the top of the fucking Continental. He's on the roof, they throw him down.
And then
He
they're
literally
saying-
lives because he lands on the fucking awning.
Yeah, but
which,
they're saying right now, not just concrete. He hit some of the guardrails on the way down and
Right.
the dumpster, and he was like, "I'm fucking alive. I
Yeah.
got a nice suit. This is
It's
a
a
nice
very
suit.
nice
Listen,
suit.
listen, I
It's
don't
a
Look.
very nice
Listen,
suit.
Look.
they don't tell you this when you
Keanu
apply-
Reeves
Listen,
gives no fucks. All right.
They don't tell you this when you apply for the job. You find this out later as you do the job. But when you're a master assassin, you can survive anything, man.
I know.
You can survive anything.
Except another master
This
assassin.
guy,
another
this guy
master
right
assassin.
here, this guy right here just fucking survived 4.4.
4 or 5 for me.
4.9.
The modifications were slight but needed.
See, now with this one though it drops down a bit. So for me I'm at a 4.5. It only loses at 0.3 because some of the modifications are a little bit too much compared to what Daredevil's supposed to be, which is I'm running around in literally fucking tanned leather, and because of my fucking heightened senses, nothing can touch me. But when we divide that out, he's a 4.575. So
There.
we move on.
Daredevil is done.
He also teams up with Ahsoka.
We completed
so
the
that's pretty cool.
entire Daredevil folder. Now, on the channel
Daredevil.
should be every
Yeah.
Daredevil we've ever looked at
Yeah.
over time. I don't know what this is.
Nothing.
It's
Nothing.
I must have already pulled it
Huzzah!
up. And this we're not ready for.
Yep.
This we're going to be going back to here actually not way too long from now.
That
This
one's-
sword is for the...
That's the fucking Robo's Time Forgot folder for the Discord.
That's for the Discord.
Yep.
Oh, look at
So
Zaku won!
We are on an MS-05B Zaku 1, Shane.
Fucking random as fuck.
Having fun.
Fucking derpy helmet face.
I know all about the Zaku ones.
Yeah, so do I. I hugged space trash so that way Amuro Ray wouldn't fucking shoot me in the dick.
Dude, these are the coolest fucking
And I
Gonzo
won.
noses ever.
Amuro got bored and ran away.
Zaku ones were a little bit
Like a
more
bitch.
leaner.
Yes.
The Zaku
Yes,
2's got a
yeah.
little bulkier.
Yep.
Well, they got bulkier because the Zaku 1's kept getting blowed up.
Yeah.
Shiro don't care. He's like, shoot me, come on.
He's like, fucking
Go ahead, shoot me. Go blow your own fucking leg off. Do it.
You fucking
Do it.
shoot me, bitch, because if you don't, and I get to my fucking mobile suit, I'm gonna punch you in the cockpit.
He has a handgun.
That's an easy 8 punch.
But he doesn't have it drawn. And that's not really going to do much to a Zaku 1.
Shit.
Because we've seen people actually shoot mobile suits. And I was
Now, if that was a grenade launcher,
that would be a little different.
and he had like armor-piercing rounds.
Looks like he might be holding a grenade launcher.
No, that's that machine gun.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
Because
also
it's
gonna
got
do,
that stupid little fucking clip, or
Yeah.
drum
which
clip on
will
the top.
also do dicks
So-
against the Zaku
I'm gonna
1.
be honest.
That guy is not the
There's a-
lowest rank.
There's a pilot here doing some Gundam shit. Okay.
Did he
and,
just shoulder charge through a spaceship?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is this something happening while he's just over here fucking like, that's right, we're bad fucking ass out here posing? Or is that supposed to show me that he just fucking...
Blew through it with the shoulder charge?
Right.
No,
I think he
you know-
blew through it with the shoulder
You know what
charge.
that is? Because this is the Principality and they're at war, this is a propaganda poster. See, look how strong our
shit.
Zaku
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Strong-
Look how
strong-
strong-
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you're
shit.
right.
Yeah,
It
what
very
they
could
don't
be.
show in the background is a giant particle cannon that just fired.
Actually, that's fucking fantastic. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
It's propaganda. That's all it is.
There's the Black Tri-Stars, buddy.
Now they
Oh, shit.
got much cooler ones.
So my question is, like, is that supposed to be the rank on their shoulder?
So one's got 3, one's got 2,
It
one's
could
got
very
1.
well
No,
be.
not
No, no,
that.
no,
that
no.
That's
Talk about
their
the-
number in their unit.
Talk
I'm
about
talking about the chevrons.
I don't really know.
Because the other Zaku that we just saw also had the chevron with the weird arrow under it.
It could be. I would have to look it back up because I don't remember what their ranks were.
But they were specialty. They were specialists. They sent you in when the normal guys aren't doing it. They send the Black Tri-Stars in, and
Well, because that would also mean go back to the one we
9
just
times
saw.
out of 10 they succeed.
Right.
That 10th time is
Because
they went up against
that
armor.
man right there that either his propaganda poster or actually was badass has the same rank as the Tri-Stars, and he shoulder charged through a spaceship.
But now his is white while theirs was
That
gold.
guy has nothing.
Because other people don't have the mark. and
Oh,
he
that's
has a
okay. So
different
yeah, that
mark.
is their rank.
And
Okay.
that's, yeah, because that's Rumble Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was what, a lieutenant at the time? When he was running
I thought he was a major.
Well, I mean, when he was piloting the Zaku 1, when he was in the goof, I thought he was the major.
I'd have to look it back up because I thought he took a hit in rank.
He
when
did take a hit
when he refused to drop the colony.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
Because remember they had to come find him. He was in the bar.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yep. Okay.
Because he was technically let
So-
go.
So I guess the one chevron with the weird arrow under it, that's a specialist.
Okay, Sergeant.
These I actually don't think belong in this. This says it's an MS-05 Zaku 1.
So looks like Gaia was a sergeant, then Ortega was sergeant
This is
major,
when a lot of the art style was
and then
changed because
sergeant
this is
major was
Origin.
MASH as well.
What's up?
Ortega and Mash were sergeant majors, and the other guy.
But they all
And
had
Gaia
the same,
was just a
But
sergeant.
they all had the same.
Right, but they all had
insignia.
the
But Gaia always seemed like he was the leader of the Tri-Stars,
Yeah.
even though his rank is lower.
Yeah, which makes no fucking sense.
Well, to be fair, this is also, it says history, and this is
'Cause I'm gonna let you know.
0076.
Sergeant Major and Sergeant are split up by several fucking ranks.
Right.
So those guys are
As a
listening.
matter
to
of fact, I'm pretty sure it's like 4 ranks.
so those guys would have to be listening to somebody several ranks under them, and that's just out of fucking pure respect.
It's like, this guy's a badass, but
Well,
we just
like I
didn't
said,
have
they-
an opening.
Like I said, this was literally at the beginning. This says when they were formed, which was in May of Universal Century 0076.
Right.
3
So
years
it's been a
before the war.
hot minute. So who knows? By the time
Yeah,
that
the
picture
war
was
is in
taken,
79. By the
Right.
time we get to the Black Tri-Stars, when they are
They
the Black
coulda-
Tri-Stars,
yeah.
it's a different monster.
I gotta say, I do really like the design.
The Zaku one has a lean design,
It's lean, mean, and ready to go kill people.
and let's be real, when these things rolled off the fucking
assembly line.
Assembly line. The Federation didn't have shit against
Yeah,
it.
they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we got a ball."
They had mining mobile suits. Oh,
Yep.
and there's my boy right there. Ah, look at that. And he has a number. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that was before they were called the Principality. That's the Autonomous Republic of Xeon.
Yeah.
They weren't quite.
They weren't space Nazis just quite yet.
Not quite.
They were building toward it.
They were pretty much there, though.
Yeah.
Look at it, man. Jesus. Now his is also way faster than everybody else's, of course.
Well, his
Now, here's the question.
his
Does he
has
have
more
the
of
chevron?
the Zaku 2 design, though. Because it's got that spiked shoulder. It's got the
Was
shoulder
it
shield.
Char just a lieutenant?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
some of these seem to be mixed a little bit. I don't think that's a Zaku 1.
No, parts of it are, but
Unless this is what the custom is supposed to be. I don't know.
I'm wondering if it's because, he always runs with, like, prototypes and customs. I'm wondering if, like, that
might have been the in-between for the...
Right, from
One
the
and
1
two.
to the 2.
That makes sense.
It's
Fucking-
sweet.
All right, fucking stop posing like a prissy bitch. Get out there and fight somebody, bud.
Looks like he did.
Yeah.
So now that's a Zaku 2 and that's a Zaku 1, and it's interesting to see them stand next to each other because you can really tell some of the difference. And this guy is almost an in-between at this point. He's
Yeah.
salvaging parts to keep himself running. In fact, he's holding a goof shield.
He looks
Yeah.
like.
Sorry. He's holding a gym shield. So you can see that at this point in the war, just like we were doing with the RX-79 units, where we were like fixing them from shit we found, like she became Gimhead,
Yeah.
because that's all they fucking had. And the only reason the
Put a fucking
EZ-8,
gimhead on her.
the only reason the EZ-8 even exists is because his unit was so damaged they didn't want to throw it away, but it was almost impossible to fix. It almost had to become a whole new thing with the parts that they
EZ-8.
did.
It's easily put back together with 8 different styles of mobile suits.
Yeah.
And so that kind of stuff
So
was
what
happening.
you're
So this
seeing-
dude in the back right here is already starting to piece shit together. You notice his shoulder
Yep.
is missing?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his other
The
shoulder
armor?
has the spike like the Zaku 2 has.
Yep.
Now look at this carefully. You have a Zaku
This guy
2.
might be a Zaku 2, but like I said,
Nah.
he's losing parts.
He's a Zaku 1.5.
And then this dude
Zaku
right here
one
is
and a
this dude right here is without a doubt a Zaku
So
1.
you got a 1, 1.5, and a 2. That's the best way to put it.
Well, I was about to because he would have to be a 1.5 then.
Because that guy.
Because I'm looking at the legs, and the legs end up having the coil on the side.
Yep.
Which
And
is
somebody
more
just
Zaku
said that
2.
somebody said that red one could very well be the high mobility unit.
It's true.
So this could be a Zaku 1 high mobility.
Well,
frame.
I mean, Shard was
Shard's
known
known
to
for-
use the high
right.
mobility.
But
Right.
that is the absolute basic.
That is your
Zaku
that is
1.
your Zaku
Yep.
1. That's your very first model.
Yep,
Right
that's
off
the.
Hey,
That's literally got the.
it was
fucking,
impressive.
It was.
Shoot me on my blind side. I
You
might
gotta
get
remember-
lucky once.
You got to remember what they had before that. They had mobile suits that were still connected to cords
Yep.
and shit. Like they really did.
They were also using construction
That shit.
suits.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's the thing. When rating this is going to get complicated.
Yeah, because we got like multiple different ones.
Color schemes are just color.
Yep.
Yep.
You get the idea, and sometimes that can
they
make a
look
real
better.
difference.
Like Ramba Rawls is
But-
awesome. Shars is awesome.
But also the
Puke green
Zaku
is
1.
not.
But also the Zaku 1 is incredibly adaptable. Is the reason they were still using them at the end of the war.
Yep.
Because you could have the machine gun, you could have a bazooka, you could have missile racks on the Zaku 1. You could hold a shield.
and
you
whip
could
out
you could
heat
equip.
axe.
You could use the Heat Hawk.
Or yeah, the heat hawk.
you could
or the,
purposely use you could use Federation weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't use the lasers because evidently their core couldn't handle it.
Yep.
That's why they were
You
still
could
using
you had the
live
cracker
rounds.
grenade. Some of them were reinforced shoulders with spikes because they specialized in the shoulder charge. These things were incredibly versatile. So sometimes, like I said, there are times that you see them and you're looking at a
bazookas.
Zaku 1, but you may not necessarily know how much is going on with it, how much has been changed.
Did the Black Tri-Stars
Like
get,
there are
Oh, yeah, and a
sniper
sniper.
units.
did the Black Tri-Stars get Zaku 2s as well, or did they go from Zaku 1 straight to the fucking DOMs?
In canon, the only thing you ever see is the DOMs.
Origin
physical visual
and
canon.
then Origin showed
but-
us that they had Zaku 1.
But because of all this stuff, we've seen them in other stuff. And I want to say also because there's novelizations and all kinds of other shit.
Well,
I
and
don't
they,
know.
I mean, they were around for a while,
Okay,
so
so-
it's not like they came out and it was like, oh, this is our fucking Black Tri-Stars. They're fucking the best team we've ever had. This is the first time they've ever been out, though.
Oh, I forgot about that. The shoulder shields, they could also be converted into melee weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
So-
they carry missile pods?
They could.
Yep.
Like, it was
On
incredibly
the arms
versatile.
or the legs.
You could change it up and do 100 different things. Whatever. See, like some people would carry missile racks and whatnot on the side, the sidearm, on the shields,
Right there. They started out in Zaku 1.
and then you could convert the shield
when they were doing
into
the
melee
training,
cap
then they went to
weapons,
Zaku
which
Then
is
you
what you see
punch
back
people
here.
with their shield.
Then immediately went from the fucking Zaku 2s to the high mobility Zaku 2s.
Well, I'm going to
And
give the Zaku
then
1
by Odessa, they were in
a
Doms.
4. I mean, the design's not bad. It's very versatile.
Okay, so let's look at this. Your normal basic Zaku 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because he always customizes his. Char's is going to look different,
Yep.
even if it's only I added this and that's it.
I got a bigger booster pack on my ass, and here's a spikier
Rumble Rawls was always he always had more mobility, but not like Char. He didn't have a high mobility. He just didn't have all that lunky ass fucking.
He
like-
purposely didn't go in with all the extra armor to make sure that he can move a little bit faster because, like with most fighting, you want to be able to outmaneuver your opponent. The faster you are, the
you
better
either want
you
to
can be.
outmaneuver or outpower.
You have to do one or the other.
Yep. You
So-
only want to out-defend if you're literally trying to, well, defend
With
something.
Rumble Rawls one, I will give it a 4.5. No, sorry.
You
4.
are complicating this. These
No,
are
no,
Zaku ones.
Just Zaku 1.
Just-
We're not rating each person.
Yeah, we're not doing
Otherwise,
individuals.
we're gonna be here.
It's literally take them all together. Which one's the best? Which one's the worst? Find the middle ground.
That's why I said a 4, because they're very versatile.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense.
Bill,
So you sticking with the 3.5 or you going 4?
3.5.
Okay. And then we got a
Bill's
4.
a 4, and Seth. Yep.
Yep.
Listen, I like Zaku ones. I mean, you had to
All
start
right,
somewhere.
I'm gonna be a smart ass. I'm gonna fucking cheat the math. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
So it's a 4.
So it's a 4.
Okay.
Look, here's the thing. I don't like the Xeon that much. I think some of their designs are dumb. But I have a big respect for the Zaku 1 for one reason.
Space trash.
Federation versus Xeon on the PlayStation 2. I survived the Amuro fight by hugging space trash in a Zaku 1.
Okay, we're on Spider-Man 2099.
Yay! Bill's like, I don't give a fuck about this anymore. Shut up.
Which makes sense because
He's
he'll
got
be,
weird cleat boots.
because
I
he'll be
forgot
he'll
about
be in
that.
the new movie that comes out next month.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Spider-Verse 2.
I still have theories about that movie, but I'm leaving it be.
So, no, this guy actually did go out and just buy a Halloween costume.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
literally did.
He didn't make shit.
No.
Not until later.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Well, he modified it.
he
obvious.
modified it with like fucking nanotech.
But like Peter sewed his with a machine
Yep.
or needle and thread. He did that. Miguel was like,
Miguel's
Miguel's
like fucking Dia de los Muertos, motherfuckers.
I'm just gonna buy it. This looks cool.
Yep. He was like, fuck it, that'll work. Trying to remember, 2099 Spider-Man, he didn't have, was it Spidey sense?
No.
Or was it was a Spidey sense
No,
he didn't
I don't
have.
remember him having a
He
Spider-Man.
can't. He can't climb walls.
Yeah,
he
he
has
can.
to have talons.
Oh yeah.
Pay
He
attention
didn't have
to-
the,
He can't
doesn't
spider
have
climb. He's got to like.
he didn't
claw
have spider
climb.
climb and he didn't have Spidey sense, but he did have web. And he could fly technically.
Yes, because of the things underneath his arms
Yep.
allowed him to glide and stuff. I think he also had. Didn't he have venomous?
I believe so. Yes. Hold on.
Because he's almost like. if you have to try to figure out which Spider-Man or what spider they're supposed to represent, because there's so many different types of spiders out there. 2099 seems like one that I would say a venomous type of spider, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Then you got Miles, who
He has electro powers.
which
Yep.
I don't think a spider has that.
No.
But there are spiders that camouflage, and he does have the invisibility thing.
Yep. Well, my question is,
Well,
what's
Well, that's a
Spider-Man Noir?
technology. He's from the future. I don't think that's a power. That was a tech.
No, Miles.
Oh,
Miles
I
has
thought
the
you were talking about
camouflage.
him.
No, he uses tech in his suit. Yes,
Yeah, he does.
But he
He's
does have
got-
superpowers.
Yeah.
He's okay. He has the superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, and reflexes like all the Spider-Man. do.
Yep.
He has a healing factor as well as accelerated vision.
I think that Spider-Man has...
Yes, because he can see faster.
That's
Look,
what they
no,
listed
hold on,
as.
Hold on, that is a power. That is a power
so
because
dumb.
the Flash has it. As dumb as it is.
Yeah.
The Flash moves in fucking picoseconds.
but
That's
no.
not accelerated
No,
seeing.
it is. It is.
That is just
no, it
being
is.
fast.
It is accelerated vision because if the faster you move, the less you see.
I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense.
They
You have to be able
Do you
to
not
see.
remember that
It's still
fucking?
dumb.
Do you not remember that stand-up that I had sent to the group a while back, where it's the nerd comedian, and he goes, "We literally tried to argue because when you start moving fast enough, like colors change." So he was like, "Yeah, we were trying to tell a cop that we were just simply driving so
No,
fast that the red light
Wow.
looked like a green light, and then they
In
figured
your
out
bottle.
that you would
No,
have to
this
go
is- this
half
is
the
a
speed
different
of
type of
light
bottle.
for the fucking red to
Oh.
turn to green."
Go get a cup.
I'll be fine.
Anyway,
we're not gonna be too long.
Genius level intellect, wall crawling via the talons. He does have the organic webbing from forearm.
like
Peter.
Sam Raimi's Peter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Not like
He didn't have cartridges.
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have to
Like
fucking
actual
make 'em.
Peter. Paralytic venom from fangs.
Knew it.
So if he bites you,
Gliding
God, that
via
would
the
suck.
airfoil
You know,
on
being
the
in the
costume.
bedroom.
Oh,
Fucking
and then of
accidentally
course,
bite the lady, and now she doesn't move.
yep.
It's like,
And then,
oh, great.
like all Spider-Man, mastery of acrobatics, and unlike most Spider-Man, mastery of combat.
He knew how to fight,
Yeah.
which is
Yep.
dangerous.
Yeah, he knew how to fight because in 2099 land, you just fucking go, bloop, combat simulator, go.
But you notice
Yeah.
that he has no spider sense, and
Yeah.
he can't
Yep.
climb walls with. He needs the talons.
And
he
the
can't
cleats
sti-
in his feet.
He can't
Yep.
stick to stuff.
He's not a sticky spider.
He's not a sticky.
Now, my
spider.
question is, if each Spider-Man supposedly does do, you know, a different
shit.
spider,
Mm-hmm.
what's Noir?
Ooh. Noir is your most basic. He didn't have much of anything.
Oh, he had spider sense.
He had
he had the abilities. He didn't have webs.
He's a daddy long
he had
leg.
he had bloop. He had goop web. But he had the other powers.
Well, think about the time period too. I mean, when you look at New York still had a bunch of buildings.
Yeah,
Yes.
1920.
Yes, but they didn't have as many buildings as we have now. So, like Peter swinging downtown Manhattan is fine. I've been there. I've seen how close those buildings are. You can easily swing.
Yes, but
That-
2099
Noir,
or
Noir
Noir
doesn't have
yeah,
webs.
but
He
he
had goop.
So he couldn't
He
swing.
could go goop, and that's it.
Noir Spider-Man is basically like the fucking Batman the Animated Series where there's fucking zeppelins flying around
Where they-
everywhere.
where they
he
haven't
could
left
just
the
hold on
40s.
to exactly. He could just hold on to the fucking Hindenburg before it
Yeah.
explodes and fucking get around town.
I always thought that was weird when that show came out in the 90s, and it felt very 40s.
right,
Yeah,
because that's
I never-
what fucking Gotham
but
is.
but the sleek designs, man.
Yeah, Gotham is basically fucking
Everything
Chicago
was
that
straight.
never fucking
Yeah.
advanced.
And then when the
Past the
Batmobile,
1940s.
comes down the street, you're like, wow, that car is way different than all of
Yeah.
ours.
Honestly, I liked Spider-Man 2099 in Shattered Dimensions, but
Man,
He also-
as
he
a
al-
costume,
The costume is a Day of the Dead costume.
yeah,
Would you say navy blue?
yeah.
And
Yes.
red?
It's navy blue and kind
So
of.
he wore a darker blue than Peter did.
yeah.
Peter wore like a sky blue.
Mm-hmm.
But color.
Peter wanted to show up for everybody. This guy's fucking trying to blend in with the dismal effects of dystopian 2099 future.
Yep.
So with that being said, he has a cool design. I like Miguel. I don't know as much about him as I do like Miles and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
But I look forward to learning a little bit more about him when I see him finally making his first movie appearance.
He gets a 3.5.
That I can remember. I think that's his first movie appearance.
Yeah.
So
As far as I'm aware.
it may be animated, but maybe before too long we'll get a live action 2099. Who knows? But
I doubt it.
we've already jumped dimensions now, so we can do whatever we want.
I mean,
now.
we might see 2099
We got multiverse
in
now.
like a flyby thing. But
I wouldn't be surprised if they play something off of a Doctor Strange idea and they go into the future in some guy's story and they play a 2099 and you see all the characters. It wouldn't
Because
surprise me
technically,
at all.
I mean, technically speaking, with fucking
But like
No
a
Way
full
Home,
feature
they
now.
already did go to 2099. You don't remember that in fucking No Way Home with their fucking mystical geometry from Doctor Strange?
hey, fuck you! Mystical geometry fixes shit.
I'm just saying, the
I mean,
motherfucker had 37 trains to beat one spider.
I mean, it broke, but then it fixed.
Look, either fucking way, there was that scene where he's literally jumping through the multiverses looking for Wanda, and one of the multiverses that they go through is not only Zombieland,
Yeah, you go through something.
but they go through 2099 as well, because everything becomes futuristic as shit.
And then they go to a weird like.
You need to rewatch that fucking movie, Bill. You give me this look like you don't know what
You're
the fuck I'm
talking about
talking
the
about.
Doctor Strange into Madness or
Multiverse.
whatever?
No,
of
yeah,
Madness.
yeah, Multiverse
Yeah.
of Madness,
Yeah,
yes.
that's why I was confused.
When him and American Chavez jump dimensions, they go through all these different dimensions.
Because when they were
Oh,
fighting,
I did say
when they
Spider-Man,
were
didn't I,
fighting,
motherfucker?
yeah, when they were fighting in Geometry Land, that
I'm
was
fucking-
a completely
It was Dr.
different
Look,
movie.
again, I've been awake for...
I was, dude,
6,
I was like sitting there
7,
like,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I was like, how long has it been since I've seen that movie? Like, he's calling out things that I do
Yeah,
not remember.
he got confused.
Yeah, I got confused.
Spider-Man's
'cause
not in that movie. It was
7,
American
8, 9,
Chavez.
10, 11. So yeah, I've been awake for fucking 17 hours now.
I mean,
Oh,
you
you're
heard
fine.
the guy.
My
he sounded
brain's
like
getting a little...
Yeah, I mean, he was convincing. We're like, what? What do
he
we not
sounded
remember?
like he'd been there.
Because it's fucking Doctor Strange. And while I like the man, he's not my favorite.
No, that,
And to
that's
be
my
fair,
favorite.
the MCU is getting fucking confusing as dicks.
Well, that's what happens when you have a multiverse.
Yeah, when you open the multiverse, now things get more complicated.
It's not so
Fucking
much.
Loki.
It's not so much that the shit starts getting more complicated.
Fucking
it's a matter
Loki,
of the
fucking
movies.
Loki.
The movies
It's
are
Loki's
fucking
fault.
convoluted as shit.
It's
anymore.
both Loki's fault.
Either way, I got
Sylvia?
a fucking 3.5. What? Who else? What?
4-4.
Okay,
4.3
4.4.
for me. I like this costume a lot, but
Yeah,
it's not
4.
my favorite.
Okay, I mean,
Why do you have a 10?
fucking boom, bitch.
He did.
Oh,
He-
you Genesis.
Yeah,
He
I
loves-
Genesis.
he loves
I
to-
love this suit.
So he got.
Out of most of the other suits, I
You
actually
can't
do
just
love this
fucking
fucking
Genesis
suit.
and not say something.
I was in the
Yeah,
middle
he
of it. I'm
did.
trying to get fucking scores.
That's sneaky,
Dude,
Genesis.
he's the guy on the ship that just presses the button while Kirk is talking, and they're like, "Now
He's
fire
like,
the
"Now
Genesis
fuck
bomb."
you, I got
Captain,
this.
I did that 15 minutes ago. Don't you see it?
Yeah.
It's already doing
I
it.
stopped giving a fuck about this Q guy like an hour ago. I already blew him up.
Everybody else was
5.55.
Everybody else was talking about the fucking Genesis Model 1, and fucking Seth slipped in that Genesis Model 4 that came from
Yeah. It's
that
like,
little bitty motherfucker, that mini. Nobody
Actually,
even noticed it.
Picard season 3, they have the Genesis device in a Starfleet storage facility. It's fucking cool.
sounds about right.
You actually they fucking walk by and it's like there it is.
So what's up next, Bill?
Well, it looks like I have a DS9 folder ready.
Oh shit! Stuff I don't know much
Yes!
about.
Okay, let's be
So
real.
it is just DS9.
Hold on. Let's be real. That is a cool looking space station.
Well, that's because it wasn't built by humans. It was a
that's
Bajoran
actually-
space station.
Yeah.
I know we basically took it.
We build giant fucking spark plugs.
Now, hold on.
It was abandoned. We didn't
I
really.
don't think it's Bajoran.
I mean,
No,
it's sitting
it's
right
no, it's
outside
a
of
Cardassian.
Bajoran.
I think that's a Cardassian space
It's a
station because of the Cardassian occupation of
Okay, well
Bajor.
there you go.
Wasn't it abandoned, and we just kind of been like, well, if nobody's claiming it,
Well,
just take it.
when the Cardassians were pushed off of Bajor, we just took it.
Yeah.
And it was basically a joint collaboration between Starfleet and Bajor to basically kind of rebuild it and make it like a junction point, and then the wormhole opened up and they were like, fuck. And then they had no choice but to kind of move it into the position where it kind of became the hub for the stable wormhole.
As much as shit went down at DS9, I'd have been up to my supervisor like, hey man, transfer, can I go to DS7?
DS7 is abandoned, dude.
And the only thing that I can contribute to this is fucking that place is a goddamn fucking nightmare to navigate through.
Yeah, because see, there's Cardassian
Oh yeah,
ships.
because we did go there in Star Trek Online.
That's
Yep,
Cardassian.
exactly.
That's Cardassian
STO
ships
is the only thing I
docking
know
with
of
it.
this.
That's what that is.
But yeah, I mean, human built space stations, they're giant space spark plugs. That's it.
That's what makes this one way more impressive when we
This
took
one
it
looks
over.
cool.
It's a cool space station. It really is.
The show sucks.
Part of the show sucks.
Until you hit the Dominion Wars, the show sucks.
Okay, it's not the most exciting show.
You're wrong. Go back as an adult. I know that sounds crazy.
I'll do it eventually.
Go
I
back.
did it with Voyager.
You go back as an adult. You watch it. You pass through season 1 and 2. That's where they're setting foundations.
Yep.
And once they start getting into the wormhole and the opening and all the stuff that happens, and it leads into the war, and season 4 goes in, and they start getting into dark territory, and they start dealing with the war and things
You
like
hear
that.
that, Shane? You only have 2 seasons of
there's
shit
the
to
Defiant.
get through.
No, because there are good episodes in season 1 and 2, but those are also setup episodes where they're bringing things in, and they're actually adapting characters that you've known for a long time that had nothing to do, like the man that stood in the transporter room for fucking 6 seasons going,
Chief O'Brien.
I sent him there.
Would you like to be a chief engineer? That sounds fantastic.
It sounds fantastic. Give me something to do. His room fucking sucks.
Where's it located, Captain? Space station.
I'm tired of just
I feel
fucking
like I'm getting
standing here.
demoted.
And
but
he became one of the coolest characters ever, and it was all due to this show. And then on top of that, Worf is awesome in that series because they finally gave him something to do without Worfing him to make the other characters seem like there was trouble happening.
I think that I don't believe that Worf should have been their he's our problem solver, because Klingons can still get their ass kicked. But I think that he should have been able to take care of a lot more than he did. Like when Picard and Riker, who are just human, and I know how much a human can take, but they're like, they're getting their asses thrown, and Worf walks up and beats that guy's ass. That should have happened because he's fucking Klingon. He is stronger than us.
They just make him into a bitch through all of the next generation.
Now, of course, when he
and
fought,
constantly tell him, "Shut up, Worf. No, Worf. We're not doing that, Worf. No, that's dumb, Worf." And like at some point, you have to imagine he's like, "Why do I even make suggestions?
and they're like, hey,
You've never done one thing in the entire series that I have ever asked as my suggestion. Hey, we should do this. No, I'm not feeling it. What about this? Nope, not digging on that. Hey, you know what would really work? Nope, don't feel it. You know, there are enemies in Starfleet right now. Some spies.
I mean, it took a
on our
while.
ship, yada
It
yada.
took a while,
that-
but in parallels, they did finally listen to him.
they gave him a captain's seat because he did have a record that warranted a captain's.
Ooh, They gave him rank of commander. He was moving towards captain. He was going to get the Defiant, and he made a personal decision to save his wife instead of completing a mission which cost Starfleet ground and cost lives.
He made
And they took his rank from him, and he almost never got a captain's chair. It took a long time.
It
And
did.
That
and it's
that
ironic
is
on
Deep
what
Space-
ship he did get
But
for,
that is
for the
Deep
captain's
Space
seat.
Nine. And Deep Space Nine is one of the only shows to deal with shit like that because it was in a time of war and we were making decisions that benefit the overall human complement rather than
Well, I know.
the individuals.
Cisco makes the hardest decision out of any captain, I think, in any of the series.
I'm gonna.
I think I know that part.
I'm gonna say something interesting.
It is a good series.
Captain's log. Stardate yesterday. I killed a bitch.
It's not as good
Computer,
as Strange
delete
New
that.
Worlds, but it's good.
No, according to you, that's the most phenomenal piece of fucking writing you've ever
I
seen.
think that's
Shane,
literally the only thing I know.
I don't think you understand. The best hair in Starfleet returns June 7th. And his hair will be fucking fabulous.
Until he gets put into his iron lung.
Fucking fabulous.
But remember, he's got
In
10
fact,
years.
Yeah,
his
he's
hair,
got 10 years before he gets put in the chair.
Shane, his hair is so fucking magnificent that it will be soon jumping dimensions and allowing cartoons to live for real. Because in Season 2, Episode 7, Lower Decks is going to be on Strange New Worlds as human fucking beings, not animated figures.
Huh. Interesting.
And it's all because of his fan-fucking-tastic hair.
I am going to say one thing.
Well, Christopher Pike is a handsome man.
And you don't even know, man.
I'm the only one that has watched all of Picard, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I've only
Yes.
seen...
Season 3 of Picard, I'm going to spoil one thing.
That's fine.
And that's because we were talking about Worf.
Is it-
Worf does get a
Oh.
captaincy, and you'll be shocked to hear which ship it was.
Damn it.
Enterprise.
F.
Oh, he's a captain.
He was
of
the captain of the F for a short period.
See, I was all
See, I
excited
thought you were
for a
going to say
second.
like the SS Minnow or some shit.
Nope.
I'm like, oh no, the
Nope.
Gilligan's Islanding this
Worf
motherfucker.
was the captain of the Enterprise F,
I was excited for a second.
and then he got it blowed up.
He said, I'm the only one that's seen Picard Season 3. Fucking, there's, you're never going to believe this. And then I thought he was going to be like, fucking Pike's hair is in Picard Season 3.
I mean,
that's-
no,
that's-
hold on.
No, I can name this.
Bill,
No.
they do go to Daystrom, the fucking super Black Ops side of Starfleet.
I know.
It might be there.
Kirk's body is there and different things like
Well,
that.
yeah, that was there too in the Genesis
Yeah, I was
device.
gonna say, 'cause Pike-
But Pike's hair might be there also.
Could be, because Pike is long dead
I'm gonna tell you
by
right
the time
now,
Picard takes place.
If you could save his hair, you would save a monumental piece of Starfleet.
I'm gonna give the space station 4.5. By the way, I
is
like
that what
the
we're...
design.
Are
It's
we,
slick.
we're reviewing the fucking space station.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Shane, I would give 2 Genesis to Anson Mount's fucking hair. Got fucking straight up hair envy on this motherfucker.
Well, you have none.
Bill watches that show and looks at that man's hair, then he goes upstairs
He's like,
and looks in the mirror.
man, I
and he's
miss
like-
having hair.
And he's like, hair plugs, I could do that.
Dude, it's fucking, you gotta see him, man. His fucking hair is egregiously good in every fucking episode. It doesn't even make sense.
It takes them 6 days to get that man's hair ready for a 5-minute shoot.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it would not surprise me if they actually have to sit him in the makeup chair and fuck with that hair for a good hour or more before they put him on stage, because it's too good. It's fucking perfect hair.
Anyway, 3.5.
What are you going to give the space station, Bill?
It is cool. It looks very different.
It's better than every single Starfleet design because they're all giant spark plugs in space.
I mean, they are. Look, it's a 4. It's solid. It's a cool design.
I never...
And it helped it to stand out from the rest of every other series that has been done.
I give it a 4. I like how it looks.
And that's why I did the 3.5, so we can make this easier. It's a 4. We're done. Move on.
It's a good space station.
Okay, DS9 is done. That was the Star Trek. We're on a Supergirl folder. It looks like we have the classic skirt design. There are pictures. Here we go.
Which one am I looking at?
This
that
one. You're looking at
Yeah.
the classic original.
Okay.
In fact, this is from a storyline where there's a fuck up in reality, basically, and she shows up.
Oh, you mean everything the Flash does?
Well, she shows up in this time.
I mean, it's true.
It's
Shane.
true.
And she's incredibly fucking broken because she's from before
Break this out,
they
man.
nerfed
My
everybody.
boy is really smart. He just does really dumb shit.
Yeah, like B. Ezra Miller. Anyway.
I told you I don't like him. I don't like Ezra Miller. I didn't want him as my Flash to begin with.
Shit.
And now I have to go see this fucking movie because I got to go see Michael Keaton.
I know.
It's the only reason we're going to go.
You know
see
what
it.
I'm gonna do,
I
Shane?
knew they had me on that
Hold
one
on, hold on.
because
You know what I'm going to do, Shane?
Because
I'm going to wait for
Michael
that
Keaton's
bitch to
Batman.
come out on HBO Max.
No, because he still gets money from it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I know it sucks. I hate it, but
I know,
And I'd
but
rather go
if
see
the
it in the
movie
theater.
bombs in the fucking theater, then maybe they'll rethink some shit
No,
next
they
time.
won't.
it ain't gonna bomb.
So
I'll tell you later.
the
why.
classic has gone through a couple of variants. It has
Already
shown
know,
up in many
nostalgia.
different things. Sometimes the cape is longer. Sometimes the cape is shorter. Sometimes the skirt is blue. Sometimes the skirt is red. But for the most part, I clumped all these kind of together because it's the same basic aspect design.
Nah.
For the most
They
part.
basically only changed like the color. Like her skirt in the original was all blue.
Right.
Now it's red.
Honestly, I like it better with the red.
Well, and the boots changed from having the yellow accents at the top to being red.
And sometimes they're just red. And that's
Yeah.
what I
Right.
mean. That's the so I threw them
Not
in and
enough.
just kind of...
Not
Right,
enough.
not
to
enough
change.
major difference
No.
to change what the idea is.
Yeah, I basically included this as the one-piece long arms skirt costume. And just kind of threw them all in as simple variants of one another that make minor differences.
I do prefer the red skirt. I do.
Yeah,
do
the
too.
red skirt
Yeah.
looks
Yes,
better.
I prefer the red skirt
Like
as well.
if we had
But
to
the blue
change-
skirt is still cool looking.
not really.
It's
Looks like
okay.
she's wearing a nightshirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's okay, but
My favorite variant of the original classic costume is long cape, if at all possible, an S on the cape, which is very rare. They don't do that in a lot of comics or figures anymore. Red boots, yellow highlights, red skirt, and the blue upper. And I like the S to be big. I don't like it when they make the S small. Personally, whether it be Supergirl or Superman, that should stretch all the way to here. It should hit the end of the pec line or the bust line. Every Superman should be like that. Every Supergirl, every Superwoman. That S is the primary extreme symbol. It proudly rips across the chest and shows you that there's a symbol of hope right here, right now, the second they show up. It should be a defining characteristic, and I really don't like when they do tiny S's. Like, that was my biggest
Bill.
fucking problem with Brandon's costume. They gave him a tiny S, and I really hated it.
now,
But I
Bill,
also
as
love the yellow belt.
editor-in-chief, I want to point out to you that when we make the S smaller, it makes it easier to stare at her titties. And that's what we really want from all the young boys buying these comic books.
I want that.
So we can make more money.
I want that S. I think it's
Yeah, I know,
incredibly
me too.
important.
I'll give it a 3.8.
And I do actually like the long sleeves look
Yeah.
for Supergirl. I kind of like that. I've seen a couple of variants where they give her the short sleeves, and it's fine, but I like the long, tight sleeves. I think it just adds... the blue accentuates the muscular design, so you see that she's not just petite, she's got some muscle frame on her. I like that. But I do like the red skirt, like you were saying. That's probably what I like the most in terms of the overall, if you're gonna do something like that. But I'm a little backwards on terms of if I like the stripe, the chevron, or if I like the belt when we're talking about, you know what I mean? Because that's the chevron belt. But then other variants of the costume will often have a belt.
Which I don't understand the belt. She's not like it's a utility belt like Batman. That makes more sense for him or anybody
It's fashion.
I mean, fashion, I guess, but
We'll actually be getting to the midriff, no midriff, because that's a different costume all on its own, and that's something we'll end up having to grade.
Eventually.
But on a personal level, I like it. I actually like it a lot. But that goes into if you, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a plug here real quick. But it's legitimate to what I'm talking about. If you go and watch my most current video right now on my channel, it's Fandom with ReploidBill, you know what it is. If you go there, the toy that I'm currently talking about is fucking Space He-Man, Galactic He-Man, Luke Skywalker,
There you go.
He-Man. If you look at that video, I explain why I prefer skin on characters, and that's male and female, and I have an actual legit reason why I want to see skin on my heroes. Just like I like to see her legs, and it's not a legs. That's actually not why. It has nothing to do with seeing legs. There's a legit reason why I like to see skin on my superheroes. And it all falls back to the barbarian idea and things I grew up with, like Xena and things of that nature. There's a reason I want to see skin. Because it creates an aspect that you cannot do with armor and costume. You can't do it. It's not the same.
Depending on who it is, though.
Ever.
Yeah.
I can explain it this easily. If you shot Captain America in the shoulder, is it violent? Is it crazy? I'm talking a sniper round goes through his shoulder. Bam! Blood. It fucking hurt. That's somewhat visceral. Mm-hmm. Now, I ask the same question. If you shot Conan the Barbarian, fucking He-Man, Grayskull, any kind of shirtless man thing, Commando, the fucking guy whom I don't remember his name that is Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. You know why he's naked?
Dutch.
It's not just to show off his muscles, but it's because when he takes damage, it's visceral. And when he picks something up, it's visceral. You see all of it working.
Off-duty wife beater Logan.
And just
Yeah.
Logan. When Logan gets torn up, it's more graphic when he's not wearing a suit. When he's wearing that dumb fucking leather thing, it's fucking dumb. Look at
But
the
if
end
he's
of,
wearing the wife
what about-
beater,
what
look
about-
at all the damage he took at the end of X-Men 1.
Yeah.
Did you really even notice it? He bled some. He had that nice black leather. Now take his shirt off and run him through the woods fighting 100 guards that are shooting him and causing less visual damage than what he actually suffered at the end of X1. And yet, do you notice it more? Does it leave more of an impact? I want to see skin.
But what about heroes that can't actually like fight without like a suit?
No,
like,
I'm
kinda
not
like
saying.
Iron Man,
I'm not
for
saying it
example.
No,
works.
no,
I'm not
that's-
saying it
that's
works
different.
for everybody. An Iron Man is another one of those things. No matter how visceral you make it, it never feels that big of a deal. When he gets shot by a big missile and he falls down, he's like, "Oh, that fucking hurt," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it looked like
The
it."
concussive force hurt. I mean,
Yeah.
you're fine.
But it doesn't leave the same visual
falling
impression
from the
on me.
stratosphere because your suit doesn't work anymore. You're gonna go, oh yeah, he's probably dead.
You know what's funny about that? And I know I'm supposed to care. But when Rhodey got hit and he fell from the sky and he was like, "I'm fucking falling like a dead stick in this motherfucker." And then if you watch that scene, he hits the ground. Bing! Just a lifeless bing. And then they run over and they take his mask off and he's like, and he's all fucking passed out. And I'm like, I bet that shit hurt.
Yeah, it did.
But that's the end of it. There's nothing there. I don't see the damage. I don't feel the exposure. I like to see skin on the heroes because it's visceral. It makes an impact when they move, when they run, when they punch, when they jump, when they land, when they get hit, when they take damage. You see it.
You know, like the movie He Has No Shoes. Oh wait, that's a Chinese version.
Like if she was
Die Hard.
If she was to lift something right now, if she was to land on the ground or whatever, and there was something falling, and she had to like catch the fucking planet sign or whatever, that big fucking globe, when she caught it, sure you'd see something in her arms, but I'll bet you her leg muscles, you'd be drawn to that. You'd see every single spanning moment of impact. The way her legs would hit the ground would crack, the ripple would go up the muscle, and she'd be holding it. And sure, you might look at the top because she's got it, and maybe her face would be exposed, but you'd notice the legs. And just like for all of that I just said, I prefer the midriff because you see it's visceral. You see what's happening. I like skin on my superheroes. I do. It's part of the reason I love
It's a good thing he finished that
Barbarian.
sentence.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be in the same room
I
anymore.
don't
Bill
know.
likes skin. He's gonna fucking start trying to bust out some man witch.
Yeah. But, for all of that said,
What are you giving her?
I think she's solid, but I don't think she blows my mind. She's still just female Superman, which is fine. So I'm at like a 3.8.
Oh,
I think she's very close to being great, but I mean,
Not my favorite.
right.
3.5 for me.
And Seth,
Hold on, he's trying to cheat the math.
quit trying to cheat the fucking math. Just give her a fucking score.
All right, fine. 3.9 because I cheated the math. But
God
still
damn it!
Still 3.75.
Fucking Seth.
Look, it was gonna be. It was.
Let's just
I was
agree
gonna
to
agree
shoot
with
the
the
math.
3.8, but I
So
said,
you
you know what? That 0.1 ain't gonna hurt nobody.
So you must have been great at math in school when you were copying off your fucking classmates.
Well, we ain't
Actually,
got a whole
my
hell of a lot
classmates
of time
copied
left,
off
Bill.
of me.
I thought you were good at math.
Yeah.
Well, we're on
I
a
wasn't.
couple of these bad guys.
In
So
fact,
let's look
I
at
was
a
in
19.
AP math all the way
Let's
back.
look at a
1974,
1974
yeah.
Common Rider X Villains Monsters of the Week.
And thanks to that, in high
Akunin
school, I said, fuck that shit.
Akunin Kaijin.
No.
Oh my God!
That-
Olgi Dagger.
Fucking.
This fucking guy, Shane.
Was it from?
1979
No.
Common Rider.
Okay, there you go. Common Rider. He's a Common
Monster
Rider bad
of the
guy.
Week. And he looks stupid.
And they say we did this, so we don't need this guy. Dude,
Awesome.
they said we did the X Villains.
Did we do all of them?
They're saying it.
Did we get through everybody, or
Hold
did we
on.
get through
Let-
some of them?
Before we get rid of this, let's see if we recognize Frankenbat. I do recognize Frankenbat.
Okay, then yeah, we done these. All right.
Okay.
Fuck
I was gonna
this
say
one.
I don't, but at the same time, that might have been one of the few I missed.
If we did all of them, Mooks. I remember the Mooks. I maybe I'm wrong.
Go to that
but
last
I
picture.
tend to remember.
Nope,
these.
I remember those.
Yeah, I remember
Okay,
those.
so we've done we covered this
So
entire
yeah, that
folder.
yes,
Don't
because
worry
that
about
was
it.
one of the
Yep.
times I was
Fuck
stuck
those.
at fucking
That one's
work.
done.
Because I
Okay.
remember watching them at work.
I wish I knew where we were.
Somebody said we were on Stronger, but did we do Amazon?
I think we did. I will double check. Quick to the YouTube, but just slower than the fucking.
Let's see the Mooks, because we would have had to have been pretty far into the folder. That,
They got tassels?
I don't know if I remember this.
I do. They have tassels.
You remember that? Because I don't remember that. I feel like we'd have talked
That guy
about that.
maybe not, but I remember the Mooks.
I don't think we've done this yet.
Like
We
the
may have
basic
discussed-
Moots.
We may
Mooks.
have discussed the fucking mooks like
I mean,
during like a writer fighting them or something, but hold on.
Oh my
Send me
lord.
a minute back.
That's not what I think it is it?
that was a KKK man, yeah.
It looks like the last fucking writer villains we did were fucking Skyrider.
Skyrider.
That's
Which
what
was
I'm saying.
Actor Stronger.
Which would be this here.
Yep. Did
So
we-
we're as far down as Skyrider?
According to this,
we already did
it says
Skyrider.
Skyrider Villains Part 1.
Oh.
Okay. So we were on Skyrider. So we had to have done these.
Yep.
Leaders in general, Admiral Majin.
Wait, you said that was part 1?
Yep, Part 1.
So we
Let me
already
see
did some
here.
of these.
Did virtual...
No, we're on that guy right there.
General
Go back.
Moss-
See that guy right there? That's that guy right there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to skip toward the fucking end. Thank God Bill went back and fucking put in the time codes. Random Monster, Neo,
By the way, that's been
Jin,
taking a lot of fucking time.
Scorpion, Goku, Mantis, Basic, Crab Guy, Louie,
Crab guy.
Ant Lion, Venus Flytrap, Pike, Cockroach. Cockroach was the last dude that was done in this.
So we did all the leaders.
And I think we're in the Monsters
we're
of the
past that
Week.
guy.
We're in Monsters of the Week.
So you made it to the Cockroach Man Monster of
So
the
we
Week.
did the leaders, and we're on the
Yes.
Monsters of the Week, and we did. There's
We
1
made
through
it all the way
16.
up to fucking Cockroach Man.
Keep going.
Fucking...
We'll find it.
We don't need to fucking find it. I need to goddamn change the quality on my fucking phone from 480 to goddamn... I can't change it from anything past 480.
Almost there.
Almost there. Okay.
Getting there. That's the crab guy.
Cool.
Keep going.
We're getting there. Hold on.
That's fucking Santa Claus.
I must have Santa. That's what's throwing me off.
Evil Santa.
Fucking... Apparently it's like a broccoli-headed motherfucker. You find a broccoli-headed
Well, that's corn.
motherfucker.
That's
Well,
the
I
Venus
found a Venus
flytrap.
flytrap.
Okay, so then...
Guy on motorcycle.
Guy on motorcycle.
Cockroach.
Cockroach.
Okay, so this is where we are.
That was the last guy that was looked at and rated.
So
Awesome.
So everything up can be booped. Into
That was
the
that
trash.
whole folder.
Oh, that was the whole folder.
Yeah,
Well,
now-
shit,
no,
good.
No, now we're on 18 to 52.
Fuck.
Well, let's do a couple. Let's see a couple of them. Oh my lord.
Can we go back now?
We're looking at. This is Shibi Raijin or whatever.
Oh shit.
So that's this fucking guy.
Fucking weird manta ray thing. Fucking.
Hey, Bill.
2.5. It's a 0.
No.
Oh, you're nuking?
I'm just gonna do this now. Nuke.
Yeah, because if it's the end of
I'll
the episode.
use mine. We got plenty of these guys to go through. I will take the blame for first strike on this occasion.
take the
That's
blame
fair.
for the
Nuke
first
this
strike.
bitch.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, this guy sucks. Give this guy a fucking 1 at the very best. And I'm being.
Give
like-
him a 0.9.
I'm
Fuck
Shane,
yeah.
if you give him a
Incredibly-
1.5, he's a 0.
Man,
I
Ray.
love his design. I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I just love how I don't know what it is,
He's a man.
and that's a
Ray.
mystery.
That's why I nuked
Man,
him.
0 divided by 4 is. Oh god, the nuke!
Fucking bomb that bitch back into the Stone Age.
Okay, we are looking at Akumajin.
Okay.
It's a,
It's fucking
It's
Wolf
fucking
Man.
Wolf guy.
All right, cool.
My
You're a
God.
2.
Shane,
I know.
I'm being nice. I'm giving him a 2.
I see metal boobies. I know.
Fucking
No, I think he was about to ask why the Wolfman had the WWF World Heavyweight Championship belt.
I
but-
was actually about to ask,
How much you enjoy Team Wolf?
do you remember when you were growing up, Shane?
Bits and pieces.
And do you remember wrestling?
I remember some.
And do you remember when they tried to animate wrestling and make it even cooler?
Mhm.
And do you remember when they tried to add gimmicks to wrestling like monsters?
Yep.
Thank God that never went live.
Fuck, they made a guy basically Sub-Zero. That was his whole fucking gimmick.
Oh no, it did go live a couple different times.
This?
Sometimes it worked. No, not that well.
So let me tell you something.
I mean, let's see. When ECW got moved on to Sci-Fi, they literally had a character called the Zombie who lasted all of like 2 months, and then they shit-canned him. Let's see. Most of Gangrel and everybody who ended up being underneath of the Undertaker were supposed to be like vampires
The Brood.
and shit like that, and they lasted pretty much from like the early 90s until about the 2000s. So yes, they've done stupid shit like this in the past.
well, here's what I got.
That lasted for a while.
So you guys ever see?
Shit
I-
like this
I hear
didn't last.
I hear it from people. I hear it all the fucking time, Shane. I
get-
see it
we got 10
online
minutes.
all the
Oh, I
time
know.
where people go,
There's 3
People
nukes
go-
left.
"Oh my
Yep.
God, wrestling is so fucking stupid now."
I mean, at
It
least the
was
Wolfman doesn't look that
always fucking
Well,
stupid.
let me tell you this right now.
Yeah, but
bad.
it's
We've
gotten
seen
dumber.
worse Wolfmen.
Let me tell you
Dumber than vampires and Sub-Zero.
When
That
you
he's
can-
got
Yeah.
goggles.
when the
He's got
when the
goggles.
when the
Surprisingly, yes, it's gotten dumber than that shit.
All right, you know what? Look.
There's a
little bit
reason
more.
why I stopped doing the wrestling show,
Look-
and it's because I quit giving a fuck about their storylines.
Looking a little bit more at the Wolfman, I am going to keep it a 2.
Okay.
Because
He
he's got
looks
cool
like-
goggles.
He looks like if I put a piano in front of him, he'd fit in at Chuck E. Cheese's.
Oh, probably.
Listen,
But I do
When-
like the goggles.
when Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman came out in the 40s, and you can make me. Back then, they used makeup and anything practical. There was obviously no special effects, no
Yep,
shit like
bunch
that.
of prosthetics and shit. Yep.
So when you tell me that you can make me look at that man and say that looks like a wolf man over this guy, was this the 80s?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a 40 years. We can't get this down.
We can't get this
Mm-hmm.
down.
Okay.
Shane,
Are you just now figuring this shit
isn't
out?
even a B budget.
Dude,
This is like a D budget series.
I bet you this show
Moving
was
to
made.
it.
I bet you this show was made with more money than Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman.
I
Yep.
guarantee it, and it still looked better.
Yep.
It still looked better. That was a more believable wolf than that fucking thing.
Well, of course. You want to know the reason why? Because when they did the Lon Chaney Wolfman, they literally had enough money to make the costume fucking once. So they did the time lapse. And then after they did the time lapse, they said, now go run your ass around in the fucking woods for the next 30 minutes. We're just going to film you running through the woods. And we'll just splice that in anytime we need you running around in that costume.
Hey.
So they did it once, they did it right, and they never had to do it the fuck again.
Yep.
This motherfucker showed up on set for like 7 fucking days in his dollar store fucking costume where they were like, fuck, his dollar store costume doesn't have any pecs. Oh, well shit. My wife is here cooking dinner. I'm gonna take my fucking cast iron pots and I'm gonna put it on his boobies.
Motherfucker, those are walks.
Walk boobs.
I'm
don't
trying
use
to be
no cast
polite.
iron fucking.
All I'm saying
things.
is, if I
They
can
got walks.
Walk boobs.
listen, all I'm saying is, if I can walk into a Spirit of Halloween and find a more convincing wolf mask than this, your show's got a problem.
Yeah.
I know.
But Nick's right though. He's got fucking Final Fantasy VII Sid goggles though. Come on, doesn't that give him points?
That's
He
the only
gets a-
reason
he
why.
gets
And
a
his
point for done.
WWF fucking heavyweight belt? Because that would have been at the time.
No, because now looking at the time, yes, but now I could say
Yeah,
no,
that
because WWF
would've-
doesn't exist.
That would have been the fucking belt that Hulk Hogan won when he fucking body slammed Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
Come on now. And his Undertaker gloves, they're even purple.
because he did wear those. Didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Wore them purple ass Undertaker gloves. And that fucking sliced up fucking, I don't know, cutting board that they decided to use for abs.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't fucking either, but it literally looks like somebody took a piece of wood, fucking jerked off on it, and then said,
Oh my god.
Listen, you made me hate wolves right now, and I like wolves, and this thing makes me feel feelings that I don't want to feel right now. So I'm gonna give this thing a 0 because I'm tired of looking at it, even though I will be looking at it again later.
what you got, Bill?
1. He reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese when I was a
1.
kid.
Man,
Of
well,
the
let
terrifying
me
fucking
go ahead then, and I will fucking do it. I will launch my nuke because I stalled long enough that we maybe have time for one more guy, unless we just say
No,
fuck
we
it.
got time for 2.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a negative 0.5. So far, he's losing everything.
He's lost everything.
Courageon. Or something.
I don't know.
Jellyfish Man.
Jellyfish Man.
Cthulhu, you are not. You're fucking.
2. He's fine. 2. I'm disappointed, but I'm disappointed
I'm
enough
pretty
to
disappointed too.
I'm disappointed enough to say he's still
Oh.
a monster.
It's a monster.
1.5.
I'll give it a 1.5. It is disappointing, but it is Kamen Rider, so I'm used to disappointment.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, I'm giving him a fucking 0 because what the fuck is with the goddamn crab claw hand that has a fucking octopus tentacle coming
I was
through
gonna say, I think
while you
that's
got a
supposed to
jellyfish
be-
head that's fucking covered in seaweed? Like, you can't even be fucking consistent.
Man,
So this motherfucker right here is a 1.25.
Fuck
And
this
fucking,
guy.
yeah, we're done. Fuck him.
The-
Congratulations, he got rated. Fucking
Man.
your villains are horseshit.
Now I'll sit there and tell you that our Ranger villains were not all of them were, spot on.
No.
But I can sit there and I can criticize my show by
Yeah.
saying that monster looks stupid. I don't like that monster. So it's not like I am being biased. I don't care. I love Power Rangers more than Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider sucks a dick in my opinion, compared to what the Rangers are. But that is somebody's
I mean, when
fandom.
85% of the stuff we've seen for Kamen Rider has been absolute trash.
When you have moved up, when your gimmicks are all gone, and you have to use fruit as your gimmick, I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Side dump.
Is he taking a shit?
Well,
He's not.
and he also took the
Super
title belt from the
terrible.
fucking wolf.
He's a
Yeah, he
rhino.
did.
So now he's the new champ.
He's an armor-plated rhino. Okay.
He's a
Yeah,
rhino.
He's a 2.
You know what? He looks better than the others. I'll give it a 2. A 2. That's all.
Yep,
Yeah.
2. I'm fine
I'll
with
give
that.
it a 2. No, just a fucking 2, man. Fuck it.
Well, shit. I'll be kind. I'm gonna give this motherfucker a 2.4.
So he's a 2.1.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Cause fucking rhinos are goddamn murder
You
horses.
can't stop the rhino.
Yep, and you can't stop the rhino.
What is that?
Come on.
Fucking murder
We
horses.
need 2 more things to get nuked.
Kogan Sky, I think.
Oh, good. I'll nuke it.
Lord.
Fucking.
You took one of your basic ass minions and put a mask on him. That is it. Nuke this fucker now.
Yeah, he's a 0.
Yeah.
He wants to be
I'll agree.
He wants to pretend to be a zombie. I'll make him a zombie.
A radioactive mutant zombie.
As long as he's not. As long as he's
To be
2
fair, I
miles
don't even
outside the
think he's
blast
supposed
radius.
to be a fucking-
Otherwise, he's just evaporated.
Yeah, otherwise he's flash fried onto whatever
So-
surface was nearby.
There you go. And so no, dude, Jesus. And you guys like this show.
I don't even think he's a fucking zombie. I think they're trying to make him out to be like the fucking abominable snowman.
Or a
I'm
mummy.
gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, or a mummy. Like,
Comment.
although to be fair, if he was going to be a mummy, he'd look a hell of a lot better. Toilet paper back then only cost like a nickel.
A lot of the writers I don't like.
Then again,
A lot
it
of
could
the
be a
monsters I don't
spider.
like. A lot of the generals I don't like.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
they better tell me a story that fucking makes me weep for me to like these shows. I'm sorry.
Hey, Shane. Joke's on you. I'm never going to fucking watch these
Oh,
shows.
I've watched Kamen Rider. I gave it a try. I watched the original. Gave it a try. Couldn't get into it.
Nope. I
It's not my-
have
it's not my shit.
no urge.
It's not my shit. I'll review it and I'll criticize your guys'. I've lived my whole life with people criticizing my fandom without giving it a chance. I'm gonna do the fucking same.
Nope. Shane,
Nope.
here's the thing. I'm going to do these pictures.
Oh, Bill says 1.
And that's
Hey,
it.
look at that! We divide by 4. He's a fucking -1. Congratulations,
All right,
Golden
Bill,
Turtle
you're the
Award.
only one with the nuke left.
Murasabatter brothers.
And this will be the last guy. Fucking you what, mate?
Brother, I see one. Are you a beaver?
Yes.
I think it's
He's a
dude.
beaver wearing fucking Wolverine's
zero.
Captain Canada outfit. Fucking you what?
He's a 0.
I'm
I-
afraid
yes.
to give
Zero.
And when you say brothers, there should be 2. At least. Because
Minimum-
it's plural.
minimum 2. Your show is so bad you can't even get the math right.
People are saying he's a squirrel.
Hey, Bill, I'm gonna beseech you.
Should've
Can
been
you nuke this thing?
I would have
for
given
us?
it. Be honest with you, I would have given it a higher score if it was a beaver.
No,
Can you nuke it, please?
Yeah, sure, why
The
not?
nuke it, Bill.
There.
What
All
do you got?
nukes have been
All I
utilized.
can give it is a 0.
Cool, and then we fucking -5. You officially have the Golden Turtle Award at a
I gotta
-1.25.
say-
What in the fucking hell were you guys smoking when you made your fucking Goon of the Week?
Madara Kajin.
But the show's over.
It's Madara Kajin, though, man. Look at
The
it.
show's
I
over.
mean, it's
It's
better than the last
Kajin.
guy. I'll give him a 1. That's all I can
Give
do
him a
for him.
1. He looks like a guy in a deep sea diving suit, sort of.
This guy sucks. All of these suck.
I've seen monsters comparable to him on the PlayStation 1, so I'll give him a 2.
Dude, and I made fun of a rapping pumpkin. How stupid was I?
You know what?
The rapping pumpkin was cool.
I was gonna give him a 0.5, but you're right. I have seen worse on the fucking. So yeah, 1.25.
You know, I used to hate that.
You
bit.
have gained some mercy this day, my friend.
used to
Mostly
hate- I
because
used to-
fucking.
Oh, this
You're
guy's
it.
name is Bongo. I'm clicking on him.
We're supposed to be done
yes!
3 guys ago.
It's a baby monster, and he looks stupid as shit.
Oh my god.
And for the half pint, I'm gonna give him a half point.
I like that. Give it the same.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Come on, Bill. You gotta agree with that one, right?
He's got... He looks like...
a vagina belly button?
He looks like the Ninja Turtles stepped in the watered down ooze.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's man. That's only 40% ooze, 60% water.
Look,
Yep.
60% water.
look again. I will ask my question. Do you have a vagina belly button there, or what the fuck?
No, dude, their costume is so wrinkled. That's what it fucking looks like.
That's fair. Okay, no, fair.
Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't afford a fucking ironing board.
Oh, my gosh.
What are you giving him, Bill?
You talk about a D budget, man. We're talking E and F budget.
Shit, this is a Z budget.
Dude, they got like $20 to make a show.
Here's fucking $5. Go make
They were-
48 monsters of the week.
They were given what was left over from the other show's lunch budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, all we can give you is tree fitty. What, $350? No, $3.50. Get to work.
Good
Bitch.
luck.
Yo, dude, this is absolutely.
Me and Shane both
Thank
gave
you
the half point
Thank
and
you
a half
for
point.
ending
What do you give it?
That's fine. Half point.
Thank you for ending the show on a bad note.
Good.
You know what? I will be in agreement. So he's a fucking
He's a
0.5.
0.5.
His name was Bongo. I had to click on him, Shane.
No, the fuck you didn't.
I did.
No,
No, I agree. I'm
because
gonna.
it's fucking 12:02. We're supposed to be done.
It was.
No,
it was
we-
an,
we
I
go
got
as long
shit
as
to
we
do,
want,
motherfucker.
there's an unwritten rule about that guy's dumbass
I'll
name.
remember that the next time
Yeah.
you want to end the show. Like, oh no, that guy's got a cool name. Got to click on it.
No,
No,
I
that's
said
got a
Bongo.
dumbass name.
Yeah, he's got a
Bongo.
dumbass name.
He's got to have a dumbass name like Bongo.
Yep.
So if we see one that's called Gong, we can hit that because it's a musical
Yep.
instrument that you
Yep.
beat. So we can beat his fucking existence down a little bit more before we leave.
I don't know. I'm sorry. You guys must. They must tell really good stories. They must. They have to.
Yeah, they got to tell really, really, really good stories.
In terms of taking into account the era, here's the issue. The era that you are talking about, when we go backwards, some things go backwards well, and we do sometimes take the era into effect. But
Yes.
this is important. If I was to go back in time and say, look at the black and white, because we did this, we looked at the black and white Superman and said,
Ugh.
that dude is Superman.
I
dude's
remember the
Superman.
black and white Batman.
No, but they pulled it off. They said, here's
Which
a
one?
sweater with an S on it. And the
it
dude
the
cut a nice
fat-
enough figure that you were like, hey, that works. But even the time can't save some of this shit that was naturally cheap, and only reason it got away with what it got away with was because it was cheap, it was for kids, and it was not being held up to adult scrutiny.
You mean like the black and white Batman, where Batman literally had a beer gut and looked like he fucking was drunk on set all day,
Fucking
every day?
In shape, out of shape Batman.
Yeah.
Dad bod Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made the shit. We made fun of that guy. And he was in his era. Sometimes the era doesn't save you. Sometimes your shit is bad.
Like I brought up with the wolf thing. If you're making something from the 40s look better than something from the 80s,
No, you can find stuff in 1979 that was not garbage. You can find it.
We've rated some of it as good.
Yeah. You can defend it all you want because it's your fandom, and I understand that. But sometimes
Shit
looks
looks like
dumb.
shit.
Sometimes
man,
shit
trust
looks
me,
like
trust
shit.
me, I get it, man. We all have fandoms here
Hey,
that people don't like.
1979 Godzilla looks fantastic.
Yep.
Those monsters don't.
Then you move into the late 80s.
What's
and,
funny is they're going to say budget, but you know what's funny about the Godzilla suit? They used it for so long that it literally fell apart on screen.
Yep.
So by the time you get to the third or fourth movie and it still looks like a presentable monster, the suit was free.
Yep.
So out of all the other shit that you had,
It
you
was
could have
held together by
cannibalized
duct tape like
all-
Zed's
out
staff.
of all the stuff that already existed from
not
the
space
film
tape.
company that you could have cannibalized or reused, and you chose to go with watered down Uzi Ninja Turtle
Yep.
or Squirrel Man,
That should have been.
That looks more like a beaver.
That should have been a beaver because it would have got a better score.
you chose that.
Those were design choices.
Yeah,
They were all wrong.
They were all wrong.
but like I said before,
It was a choice you had to make.
We
you
all-
chose incorrectly.
we all have fandoms that people make fun of.
Look, much like at the very end of fucking Raiders of the Last Crusade, you chose poorly.
You're thinking Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah,
The
sorry.
Raiders of
first
the-
movie
Raiders
was
of the Lost-
Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then the
Again,
Temple of
I've
Doom.
been fucking awake for 17 hours. My brain is mush. Ain't say the thing.
All right.